We decided to name our firm Vermont Integrated Architecture because we believe that it's not about us. We are in a lot of ways the tour guides, and we help our clients and our communities think about what the future could be.
After working on a couple projects together, we realized that we shared the same values, especially around taking care of the environment and taking care of our communities in Vermont. I think we're tackling all the same things that any architect would tackle, but it's the attitude that's a little bit different.
We knew what our values were, but not how to apply them. We wanted people who knew the latest and really understood what we were looking at, so we didn't have to educate them. I really liked meeting with Asher and Andrea. They were just easy to talk to. They were real people. They weren't salesmen, and that was important to us. And at some point, Jean became our lead architect. Not only does she listen, she doesn't have her own preconceptions. And so that just made it from like a project that wouldn't ever happen to a project that could thrive.
It's exciting how people are personalizing their space. It's exciting to see everybody actually out playing on the green, and it's really exciting to hear from people in the Bristol community that they love how well it fits in.
We exist to meet our clients' needs. In doing that, we actually take our egos out of the picture. You start with a conversation and we primarily listen.
Before we even put pencil to paper, we talked about everything. It's a really interesting question when you start to ask, what is a library for the next 100 years?
Vermont Integrated Architecture worked with pretty much anybody who would have any sort of interest in the project. Vermont Integrated Architecture are very good at listening to input and trying to translate that into what is possible. People always felt like they were listened to and their input was taken into account. The best thing about working for Vermont Integrated Architecture has been the surprising ideas that they've come up with to problems we didn't think that there were solutions for.
We care a lot about this place. We're connected to the landscape, both built and natural landscape. It used to be that designing an energy efficient or a net zero energy building or a sustainable building was an art or a niche market or a specialty in architecture. We think that's just good design. It actually gives us a lot of freedom as architects, because now that we've solved the puzzle of how do you make a net zero energy building, now we can refocus a little bit on what the experience of the building really is. If you have a clear mission and vision, and all stakeholders participated in developing that mission and vision, it's a lot easier to make decisions moving forward.
It's actually at the foundation of being able to successfully run a project as big as Shelburne Library or the Middlebury Natural Foods Co-op. It's a very complicated project sequentially. It's not just the design and just the information, but it's project management and managing of the entire team.
Their values sync up very much with ours about sustainability, about community.
The co-op came to us and asked if they could double the amount of retail space and they could use the same amount of energy that they were using in the existing building. So that basically means that the addition would be net zero. And they wanted to keep the business open for the entire time they were doing construction.
In many ways, design is perceived, or architectural design is perceived as an exclusive service. We really believe that design is important for everyone, and we work really hard to make those services accessible. We do a lot of work in our community. Someone comes to us and all they're trying to do is make their home handicap accessible. We need to help. And those projects aren't super glamorous, but they're really important because that's our community.
It's not a business deal, right? It's about taking care of the people in our community, which we're fortunate to be able to do that.
One of my favorite things is to stand outside in front of the co-op and realize that, wow, this is a different kind of grocery store.
You know, you have a vision, and then when it's realized, you're like, wow, this is just what I thought it was going to be. That's pretty amazing, actually.
And that's part of our work as architects, is that we have to be imagining or using our vision to be ahead of where we are now.
The end goal is for all of us to learn something and to make the world a better place as a result.